Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Ted Cook. I'm with Entegra Coach. I am staying outside a brand new 2024 Anthem that I'd like to go over a few things with you just to tell you what's new for 2024. So come on, let's go through this a little bit. So right off the bat here, we have a new water connection fitting right here. It's located right here. It's got a little cover on it. Basically, you can take your little I guess you call it expandable hose that's back there in the water bay area. We take that, we can plug that right in there. The water spigot for this, for hot and cold, is actually located right above the filter. So you can actually direct if you want hot and cold up here. And it's a great thing to have so that way we can actually spray down the windshield right here and actually get all the bugs off there, especially if you're down there, where you got a lot of them big June bugs and stuff like that. This works really good to get the hot water up here so that way we can get rid of all them bugs. Also, along with 2024, we actually have new improved LED headlights. We have always had LED headlights in the Anthem and Cornerstone, and now we are going with all LED, kind of a newer version of it, so that we get just a little bit better lighting and everything on that at that time. Another thing that we have up here on the generator, obviously right here over here on the generator door, we actually have a pin right here. It actually goes back to receiver right back in here. So what that does, that generator door actually comes back into that receiver, so that way it kind of keeps that door from shaking, trying to eliminate or try to reduce down some of the vibration and stuff on that generator door. So come on back, let's go on back to the other things on the outside of the coach, and I'll show you a few things. Okay, another great feature that we've added for 2024 on the Anthem is that we actually have added a second power cargo tray. So here we can see we actually have the first cargo tray, but over here we actually have the second cargo tray. So now the Anthem comes with two standard power cargo trays. Another nice feature that we've added, especially all those that like to do a little bit of camping later at night and want your coach lit up, we've actually added back in the LED lights underneath the slide out. So just like your driver's or your passenger side that has lights underneath the slide out, so now the driver's side has it. So actually we could glow all the way around the entire coach. So let me show you a few other neat little features that are back here in the water bay area. So new in the water bay area for 2024, we've added this to all Aspire, Anthem, and Cornerstones, is now we actually have a black and gray tank rinse. So now once you hook up your flush right here, your valve, you just turn it to the valve here. We got set up to black tank flush. We just flip that up, and now the gray tank will also flush out also. So a nice little addition there to help you get your gray tank cleaned out there. We actually have a little flush that we've added. Just to the left of that, we actually even have a tilt control. So you can actually, where you empty your tank, you can actually ask to tilt the coach. And what that'll do is that'll use the air leveling in the coach itself to put air on the passenger side to tilt the coach a little bit toward the driver. Help you just kind of reduce that tank, get all that little bit of excess out of them tanks there. So let me take you inside and show you a few more things inside the storage area. Inside the storage area, you can see we actually have the Cotec inverter. You can actually identify that by the blue one. Basically, it's the same size, 3000 inverter with the pure sine wave, but that's kind of where you'd find that, actually down in the storage area. Hey, also something brand new for 2024 is all the Aspire, Anthem, and Cornerstones also now have Starlink. Now, I'm actually the first Bay Area here. I guess it'd be the first big Bay Area on the driver's side behind the front axle. So when I open up this door, if you crawl underneath here and you can actually look, there's a cover right here. And so once we take that cover off, this is where you'll find your controllers for your Starlink, but also above there is actually controllers for your Girard awnings. So all units now come with Starlink. Starlink is obviously the satellite system that Elon Musk has been working on, that you can actually get internet, kind of fast internet from the satellite. You're no longer waiting on data plans or anything else like that. It comes straight from the satellite. So another nice feature, one more thing that Entegra has stepped up and got everybody all set up for the near future. So let's go ahead and wrap up a few more things here.
Here's the antenna on the top of the roof in the back of the unit.
Okay, another nice feature here on the new 2024 is that we actually have taken all of our little billets here on the handles. We've actually made them kind of a curve instead of that block, which is really nice. That way when the shade comes down there, it doesn't actually catch that no more. So it gives a nice, more smooth look, more ergonomic handle. We also did that also even on the side handle, so everything's all been changed there. As we sit in the driver's seat, one of the other things that we also changed is we actually have gone back to the key ignition. The key ignition obviously has never given us any issues, and a couple of you customers have mentioned they're having trouble with the key fob, batteries going dead. So this is a nice way we just go back to that and just give the key. Also new is that we've actually changed the shades. You notice that we no longer have that piece hanging there, which actually helps open this view up even more. But another nice thing that they've done is they've actually gone into the day shade, which we can access right here, just by simply pushing it down here. And you can actually see that there's actually a block out section. So that way that you actually totally block the sun out there as you're driving down the road so that sun doesn't get in your eyes. So another new thing for 2024 is we've actually changed the Stonewall Gray. We've actually have gone to a matte finish, which you can see here, how it looks very residential. It doesn't have that high sheen no more. We've actually taken the sheen out. A lot of them were actually talking to us how you can see all the different fingerprints on it and all that kind of things. But the nice thing is with this stone wall, it's still called Stonewall Gray, but it has a nice matte finish. It's a very residential matte finish. A lot of you customers have actually told us how that's very residential, what you have in your kitchens. So this is a nice picture of what you can see what that Stonewall Gray would look like. Also in the kitchen area here, we've actually gone through there. We still have our soap dispenser with the faucet, but we've actually added another drinking faucet. This is actually a drinking faucet that actually comes through all your filtration system. So it is safe to drink there once you get all your filters in place. And we do that because we still have an issue with the supply chain of all the residential refrigerators. We still cannot get the water and ice in the door. Now, the refrigerator does still come with ice in the freezer area, so you got plenty of ice that you can use, but obviously you don't want to wait to get some water dispenser out there, so that's what we've done. We've actually added this to this. Now, we'll continue working with our supplier on that until we can get some refrigerators, but until this time, we're going to continue running this with the drinking filter here. Also, up above here, you'll actually see we have the vent. Now, we still have the wood framework, how it's all trimmed out in wood and everything, but you'll notice we don't have the louvers there. We've actually had a couple issues where the louvers actually blocked a lot of the wind from going up in there. So that's what we did. We actually put that vent in there to actually get some air movement, but then we turned around and blocked it. So now we kind of taken all them louvers out. So that way you still got a nice, open, nice residential wood framework all the way around that vent, but now we don't are blocking all the wind. And also another nice option for 2024 is normally you always have a dishwasher here, but now you can actually get this without the dishwasher. What we've done, we've actually taken this door size, and if I pull this door out there, you can actually see it. This is actually lowered intentionally because we want to keep things away from the stove top. We don't want things to get burnt in there, so that's why that's actually lowered. But this is actually, the second door is actually the exact same size, only it actually has the full size all the way on it. And look how deep this is. We have a lot of room in here that we can put pots and pans and lids, and maybe you put dish towels or something in there, but it's a lot of space. The next door down is actually about 2 inches taller. And once again, it's a nice deep drawer. It gives you a lot of room, a lot of space that you can store a lot of knickknacks and put your pots and pans in there and everything. All right, so another nice, beautiful feature that we've had. This is one of the things that was actually driven by customers. You guys have requested several times to actually have pantries that actually have the pullouts in them. So new for 2024, all of them will actually have a nice pull-out pantry. And as you can see here, we got five drawers that we put in there. Obviously, nice big rugged boxes so we can put all your goods in there. But that way it just slides in and out and you no longer have to try to reach around behind something. Okay, so if I hadn't mentioned it already, we are actually in a 2024 Anthem 44B with the Stonewall Gray. And obviously you've seen this, we're going to talk a little bit about the bed and the bedroom. So one of the things that we cannot get no more, Sleep Number has actually exited out of the RV industry. So we cannot get a Sleep Number bed no more. So we have actually replaced it with a Comfort Air. Now the Comfort Air actually will come with two remotes, so you actually can put one on each side of the bed. Now, one of the things I do want to point out about this when you're adjusting it is your Sleep Number, you're used to the number going from 0 to 100. This only goes from 0 to 50. So take your number right off the bat and cut it in half. That'll give you an idea where, if you're used to that bed, give you an idea where you need to be. Now, I also like the Comfort Air. It does work off of the air because how it's built. So normally when you had your sleep number, you had the bladder and then you had a small piece of foam on top of that. But let me show you just one of the benefits to the Comfort Air. So I'm going to just unzip it here. And as we lift this up and look, you can see right there is the bladder. So that's where the bladder actually sits in this section of foam. And now it has 3 inches of foam on top of it to actually help cradle you while you're sleeping. So that's going to give you more of a comfort as you're sleeping in this bed. But once again, as you bring the pressure up and you're going over high elevations, you really, really need to make sure you deflate them airbags. If you don't deflate that airbag in your mattress, it'll be like a bag of potato chips on an airplane. It'll actually almost explode on you. And we don't want to have no issues there. Okay, so let's talk about the new 44D kitchen. Now, this is going to be the D kitchen regardless whether it's in the Aspire, Anthem, or Cornerstone. We have totally redesigned the whole new kitchen. A lot of you folks have told us that you wanted a little more storage area, and so we redesigned the whole thing, gives us a whole lot more storage area. So let's just start on this end. So it used to be we had this jet that came out this end to a blank cabinet. Now we actually have a little place that you can actually put canned goods in there. And you can see how robust that is. It's actually got a lot of nice thickness to it. You don't have to worry about them cans falling through or anything like that. You can put cans of soup in there. You can also put different spice racks. You can do all kinds of different things with that. When we redesigned it, we actually slid the kitchen down this way and then brought the stove over this way. By bringing the stove over this way, we now have the dishwasher below there. We actually still have the microwave up above there, and obviously your storage area for your stove cover up on top. But by sliding it down here, now we get the full width pull out for the wastebasket, and obviously all the different areas that you may have soaps and different things in here. But we now have that full width, so we got a totally wider drawer here. Also, the little tip out, we still have a little tray here that goes to the wastebasket, but also we got a little thing here for your dish rags or different things like that, soaps that you would be using, scrubbing pads. And then up here, obviously, we then brought this all together. So now we have one big overhead cabinet with 2 pullouts in here that actually then you can use to actually put different things on there. So that way you can look back here and find out what's all back there without having to reach up there and reach to the back side of it. So totally redesigned kitchen on it. Once again, kept everything all nice and flat. So you got plenty of room back behind here for your coffee pots and stuff like that. But a lot of people really like this. It gives you a lot more space.